lot of women are going to hate me for saying this, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. When it comes to relationships, men are the prize. Yeah, I said it. Men are the prize. Men are the providers. Men are the protectors. Men are the stability. Men are the reason we're able to carry life into this world in the first place. Men keep us grounded and are able to build us up, us very emotional and sometimes illogical thinkers, into the woman God has called us to be. Unfortunately, so many of our men have been incarcerated and so many of our men come from toxic households. Therefore, it's up to you to do your honest part to make sure that the man that you're interested in is actually a good man and doesn't just look good. A good man is a prize to the world because where would we honestly be without our men? A good man is a prize to a single woman struggling with 4 kids on her own. A good man is a prize to a woman who didn't grow up with a father to know what love really is. Call me a pick me, at least I'm getting picked.
Let me ask y'all this. Are all men the prize? Are we speaking about a particular man? Or are we just saying men in general? Just because you are a man, you're the prize. Are we going down that lane, Mr. Walker? Or are we speaking about particular men?
I do want to say we're talking about particular men. We're talking about select men. If men, here we go. Just trying to be honest and trying to be fair here. If men are not the prize, then explain hypergamy. Women want something. Women want something better than them, greater than them. That's hypergamy.
I would think. When you have to, when you actually asking that question, who's the prize? I do believe that, especially when you talk about the black relationships, I think it has been compromised, and that's it. That question alone shows the division between the black man and the black woman, right? Because it make us look at each other, okay, fight over who the prize, who more important. So when I'm hearing this question, it's almost asking like, who way more important? And when I think deeper on that, it's almost like somebody came into our family setting and separated us and compromised our unit. So if you want black men and black women to be actually as one again, I think we had to let go of those questions. Who's the prize? Because you can't have one without the other.
This all came to be because of feminism. Without feminism, this ain't a conversation. It is all dumb. I agree. It's stupid. And I hate to throw out insults, but that's what it is. It is. But what got us here? Both individuals acting like big, strong boys. And now we at odds. And now we got to get an understanding. Now people got to say, I'm the prize. You the winner. It's goofy as shit. It's goofy. But
hmm
but here we are.
I think we're a prize for each other, right? Like, okay, we might be the prize for a woman, let's say, in a natural form before we got it into all of this other stuff. This type of stuff that God put men to bring to a woman, right, is a prize to a woman. And the prize that a woman was brought here for men is a prize to us. I would put it down, I would go far as saying, like, when you think about the role of your mother and the role of your father, right? Typically, the opposite sex is like our guys, right? To a woman, God to her is like her father, especially if he was a good father and he was there, right? But to a boy or to a man, his first love was his mama. Men would die if you mention, you can't even say the word yo. You can't even say your mama, right? Mama can't do no wrong. So to a man, I believe that um, a woman is more of our God compared
Uh,
to. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, let me say this because we keep saying prize, but the title of the show is I get you in here, Crystal. Who really has the power in these relationships? We speaking about leverage, right? Everybody say, well, you can't say it's equal. It's not there, no relationship, there's equal leverage. Somebody has more leverage than the other person.
There you
One way or the other, whether the man has the money and or the woman got the looks, the man don't got the money. There's leverage somewhere, somehow. So what you got, Crystal? Who should have the power? Because somebody got to have it.
go.
Depends on if it's the P power or if you look at, I mean, it just depends on the situation. I don't know if y'all ever read that book before.
I got a question, Crystal. Who if who does it benefit to have the power for the longevity of the relationship? Who does it benefit to have the power?
So the thing about it is, power is something that I feel like women shouldn't even really care about. I'm just being a bit creative with my answer because I think that, okay, you see the persuasiveness of women sometimes, and one could argue that that seems very powerful, right? So I'm just being a little creative with my answer, but this power trip, I don't think women in total ever really care about. If you want to say men should have the power, I don't really have a problem with that. The only thing I have a problem with is the general, why does it, like, what is up with the, like, outside of in an emergency, or if a decision can't be made, and an executive decision, like, why does it matter so much? Like, I just think I've never been in situations to where it's like, maybe that hasn't been had to say, maybe that phrase hasn't been said to me, like, I have the power, so because of this, I don't know, I just think the power trip stuff is really weird for me. I think
All right,
that,
let me ask you this, because I see you thinking. I think power, a man having power, goes hand in hand with a woman submitting, right? Being cooperative. And I don't think women want to submit, right? If I'm submitting them, you see how that go? And women ain't trying to hear that. So I
well, I
think
That's
think it's, I think it's, like you said, it's more about being agreeable, being cooperative. Nobody wants a combative situation every time they're in the middle of a conversation or in a relationship. It's just not something that people want. I just think that it's very weird to be like, I have authority over you, and because I have the authority over you, you will do X, Y, and Z. That's just not a mindset that I come from. So I
Well,
don't.
I think it's safe to say that no woman wants the power and overall authority in a relationship, like Gavin was saying, because women want they at the very least they want to feel like they are being to some degree ruled by this wise, knowing man with a vision. So they really at heart, down to their primitive state, do not want to have the power yet. Yet, I guess, shoot. Hence the term like beta male provider. They want to create this dude that don't exist.
I,
But
I, I
Um, I, Go ahead, Jay.
no, I was gonna say I just think a little differently, right? I think the reason why we saying who more powerful, and again, that comes from the separation that we have it. I think we both have power. If the man and the woman is operating in a natural order, they both powerful in their natural role that they was put here to play. Like the woman is more powerful than me when it comes to nurturing, love and forgiveness and caring and healing and stuff like that. I would be more powerful for her with strength, logic, and bringing direction and stuff like that. If that type, those roles weren't meant to fight against each other.
Right. They meant to like
They meant right.
merge
It's
and
meant.
work
It's like a
together.
puzzle piece. Connected together, you got magic, right? So
Yeah, or like
when you separating it, you got chaos.
you do have chaos, and it's even like the moon directs the tides of the ocean. That could be a very powerful tsunami. But the sun gives us light. So these kind of questions are really difficult for me. But I hear you, Mr. Walker, and that's why and I agree too. Like this whole power thing, I don't think women collectively really care about. But I don't feel like it's like in my primal state I want to be ruled or controlled by a man. I think it's more so you want that leadership. You like that leadership of a man. A beta man is not going to be able to make a woman feel safe. So I don't think it's necessarily that. I think it's just more so leadership, at least for me and the women that I know. That's more so we look for outside of like being controlled by. That
I
sounds
think
like
that's a
really
black man
scary.
thing, right? I think black man is so demasculated, emasculated to the point where they need to say that they more powerful. They need. It's almost like people hollering that they grown, but they living in your house, right? So when it comes to black men has been so emasculated to where they not confident enough without those titles, right? So if you don't let a woman operate in her natural order, you don't have the when you let a woman brain operate in her natural form, you will see where she might take lead in that over you, right? Just because you're a leader, that don't mean you're a leader in all aspects. If that was the case, you won't need no other party. You got it all together. It's the reason why God put both of y'all together. Then you got children to go with it. So I think that this power stuff is for people that's emasculated, not confident, and don't really think very masculine about themselves. Because uh, you, if you, if I'm going all over the place. Okay, it's almost like you got to be able to accept. I think when it comes to black people, we don't know what our roles was that we supposed to operate in because we wasn't taught that, right? We wasn't taught a man's role, a woman's role deeply, right? And a lot of people that the information that we did get come from people who try to tear down the black family. So they gave us a lot of bad ideas, and they gave us this concept of who powerful, who leader, who's supposed to be doing this, who's supposed to be doing that, and it kept. The only thing what this conversation would do would keep us fighting against each other instead of operating as a powerful unit when you connect it both it together.